This fan has 2 chain pull switches. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to The door is...
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God.
He hates the union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
I don't. Was there something else? Because I have... Yes?
You see a heavy steel door.
Fuck does Kuno care? So?
You should thank him.
What? Don't be playing Kuno off as a snitch bitch. The oldest trick in the book.
Are you snitching, Kuno?
This is some ancient bullshit, people. Kuno would rather take 10 than snitch. Pig's full of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
You found a real nice button to push. Turned the tables on him.
Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, you give Kuno Kuno's kilo. Then that's how we split it. It's the best way. Street way. Word on the street is, you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker, distracted him. That's some sick shit. Tell your little slanty-eyed friend, respect, Kuno wants to hear all about it. But first, we split the kilo, then we shoot the shit. Kuno knows what Kuno means. Wow, that's heavy. There you go. More than half in there. Kuno's fucking honourable like that. Now tell me, how the fuck are you still alive, pig? Yeah, you do some sambo shit, sneak in. Was the Beano-clad hooker thing?
Sambo is an acronym for Samoan boxing. Graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. Just letting you know.
What is this shit? He's fucked up on roids to drink more. You can't kill him. Kuno's dad says he'll die by his own hand. Die suicide style. Fuck out of here. Kuno made that shit up to demean you pigs. But is that why your hooker friend isn't here? Too ashamed to face the cunt? Look, Kuno's not judging. Kuno gets it. Tactical approach and shit. Hooker style. Covert ops. Combat trauma shit.
That room was so small. To be stuck in there with him. Not an easy fight for a kid.
You got lucky. Kuno's dad was out getting more drink. Kuno knew that. That's why he sent you. Kuno cares about his pig. Doesn't want his pig to get hurt. The fuck do you know about Kuno's life?
Yeah, we got...
6 meters underground, below piping from before the war, the collapsed remains of the Martinez storm drain system. There are 2 stolen flashlights with piles of battery.
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit. Yeah, that's right. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about that electricity and light shit. Just wants to pound. Fuck that shit. Kuno's gonna move underground. Lead I am shit. Ancient shit.
Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno.
Yeah, pig. This shit is done. Kuno doesn't fucking...
Before I squeal, pig. Stay away from me, pig. You don't want to see what happens when you...
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled, the material delicate and fragile. They feel alien to the cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos and extremities. As you narrow, only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and the cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in...
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few... I'm a nighthawk. What can I say?
Odd. Son, you've really let yourself go. It's a disgrace. But Coat Physical Instrument is going to get you back in prime condition, even if it takes 1,000,000 push-ups. It's going to take blood, sweat, piss, and tears. But when I'm done with you, boy, you will be a master athlete. Behold, world. Here walks a sportsman, hands choked and hair kept back with a bandana.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Ugh, alright, sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time! No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Here you go, man.
Not so sure about this.
Of course. Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time.
The woman still has her.
Give me a moment.
You hear some. The walking stops abruptly, but you can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated.
Later then, entering this door seems a physical challenge. This door has been closed with a padlock. The aging alcoholic is still there, breathing. The air in the room is stale. Silence. Only he. He wouldn't be too thrilled to learn you stole his stash. It was the last thing keeping him functional. A lump of flesh is sticking out from under the blanket. It seems to be twitching from time to time. A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a The light from the window is weak, but it seems like he is. His wild, unwashed mane bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. No response. A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back. His half-open eyes give him the look of a dead man.
Fucking hell.
The pile of blankets grunts. A coronary artery bypass graft. Take out his liver and replace it with a new one. Somehow undo 20 years of neurological damage from stimulants. This door is made of metal.
Hello again, officer.
Уже перехотел.
Where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are you? No, it's gone. Free time. You failed, Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the Isolas. On the surface. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6. No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time.
Stinky boy.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So time to go to work in the shit factory.
The bed is still cold from the break. Good going, buddy.
И всё. Да.
Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
Я не видел. Сходить посмотреть. Поменять. 20-30 будет вот на тех часах.
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your... Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago, with me. To wake up exactly. Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired. Suit yourself. Slow, sad shut. This fan has two. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. The door is closed.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. Everything points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, which may, of course, all be wrong. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about men who drink beer for breakfast. There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RC. In fact, even the death of two detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's...
He's not exaggerating about that mortal danger. Just calmly factoring it in. Your fists clench and your pulse rises uncomfortably.
I completely forgot that. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Now, one loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you.
Can I help you?
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
She's agitated and keeps pulling at the frayed.
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. Now then. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't. To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still
блядь, чё
missing,
я
and
зачем
I
говорю?
haven't heard from them.
Пишу в чат, если я могу говорить. О, дебил. Давай, Косян, иди. Попробуй. Что-то я забуксовал по сюжетке.
I was also hoping she'd heard. Oh, forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Lena. My husband and I are
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play afoot. To redeem yourself before the hoods of law, now start asking questions like a real law. And doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent.
You have more important things to worry about. Oh, yes. A zoologist.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology. One special. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless. And frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own. You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morale is up, but they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water.
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Oh my. What happened to the waterlock? Oh, now you're just having fun at an old woman's expense. In any case, thank you for looking into this.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please...
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired. And it's... Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
He nods and assumes cryptids. Let's hear about... Ooh, tough choice there.
What an interesting question.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua. Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track. Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who, when playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, the scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns.
She transforms, when speaking about these strange animals, into a confident woman.
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see Sequester, Time, Joscan, those are but some of the Mama d'Aqua they followed individually. Like nothing, it's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this. It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And
maybe it's predatory.
It's not. Don't worry. If it were
I wouldn't be so sure. What if the damage is...
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and they tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought.
This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing.
Well, dear, they cancel each other out. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the...
Great regret washes over her. A wending cloth.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiable...
I'm glad you did, dear. What about what? Of course, dear.
You know, to hell with it.
Of course, officers. Is there a...
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
He nods approvingly.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome. That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the dock worker. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. No...
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing...
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez. What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't...
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because you will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
What are we going to do to you?
You were specifically asked not to say that, and then you said it anyway. You junior delinquent.
The Union isn't going to do anything to you.
Goddamn.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Like I already told you, I'm a
Was that? Could it be the Coldamama Dakwa? No, it's probably... There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched. There it is again. You're about to... It must be very close. Keep still. It might perch on you. What are you doing? You're a police officer, not a pansy ornithologist. The only birds you should be looking for are healthy women of childbearing age. Oh no. The sound. No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Keep your ears peeled then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again. All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is looking up at the sky. Cold water dripping from grey sky like great battleships. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak. Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of the ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Your hair is an oily mess.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. I'd recommend you put on your coat.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind? Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your...
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping above the Jamrock Quarter in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl to the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance. You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead.
Excuse me?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. What about you, cop man?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
Hunted? By what? An ex-wife?
The pain burns in your chest, radiating. The crown of arteries on fire.
Still, a shadowy figure. That sounds pretty bad. I hope that doesn't happen in my marriage. Yeah. In marriage, you never know if you're doing the right thing. I hope we're doing our best to keep ours together. Thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone. I know it wasn't easy to ask, so I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Yes? Hello? Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
This was a tremendously useful...
Hello again.
Shelves full of biographies of fame.
A true cultural touchstone. Enjoy the...
The Greatest Innocence by João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego. The book, browsing through the various chapters, you try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names, dates, places. Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see what you've... That's the spirit. Here we go. Quest Dolores Day. Incorrect. Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Her colors are silver, white, and apricot. And when you think her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat. Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one. A strange sensation of loss. When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the hue. Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocence? It wasn't Dolores Day. Then go with your best guess. Isn't that what students are trained to do? Correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius. He's depicted as a young man with molten gold pouring out of his mouth. All he spoke was gold. It's said, as the first innocence, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is question 2. Who was the strongest Dolores? Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the Inter Isolari. Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every... Question 3. Who? Okay, it wasn't Dolores Day. She's not false. No, Stop thinking it. I said it wasn't her. She was... No. Stop thinking it. I said it wasn't her. Correct. There have been a number of counter or false innocences. Some assumed to have innocent qualities. Some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, they have the support of a faction inside the most famous and important of these was Ernau Pasternak. He, final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question 4. Correct. The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been everything from inter-esolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive scientific and more beautiful and more. Congratulations on finishing the test. A B. Good enough. Everyone misses a few. You would have done better if you just dialed the Dolores Day down a bit.
What's going on with you? Okay.
You are shouting at an inanimate object, like a real weirdo. No wonder you seem to have trouble with the right answers. Coach, physical instrument. Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot put ball. Could it be that? Shut up, namby-pamby. You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear. No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk.
Lies. Rip them. There is something mysterious about the curtains. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets.
I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Почему? поменять, да? А мусор ты поменять? А мусор ты поменять? Кошати не наша любимая.
А чё, какашки воруют?
Ну да, блядь, нассал уже. Мамка права была.
Нассали мимо?
Нассал, да.
Мимо?
Там все в кристаллах.
Мимо нассали?
Там засушено все.
Ужас.
Ужас. Ничего, конечно. Всё, так-то, блин. Так-то, блин, можно было и посадить еще в него немного.
Ей вообще что-то тути-фрути не нравится почему-то. Она раньше начинает мимо ссать, чем они завариваются.
Ты чё?
Надо ей потом после этих тути-фрути на обычный переводить.
Да не, надо, ну, мне кажется, вот консистенция прикольная, но типа без
Какой
запаха.
запах?
Да.
Запах
Что?
мне не нравится.
Понятно.
Ты такая, блин, милая. Ужас.
Она привередливая.
Ты вообще, блин, привередливая. Коты на улице
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets. What if you just break it down? Only echo. No one is there. That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed. Steady breathing. Solid core. You've got this. With one shoulder forward, the room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish. But the path to the door is clear.
Кого? Ису, смотри с ума.
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable. You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Угу.
Не хочешь корку жрать? А я предыдущую ела корку. Грызла ее.
А можешь мне чаек заварить?
What is this place? No, it's a gym. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages.
Yes.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Щеку прокусила вчера. Так бутерброд хотела съесть, что когда укусила его вместе с щекой. Теперь болит.
У меня вообще вся небо разодрана.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on.
Barbell lies on the floor. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast. Why does it feel so familiar? No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber. The squeaky sound of a memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Спасибо, кис. Куда-то иду. Опа, это обосрался.
It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand. Yes, you might even call it a feature of the universe that you need to hold tools to use them. Right. Now let's get...
Some areas are inaccessible without your flashlight. After you've acquired it, go to your inventory.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through. Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice...
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulet. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Yes, I am alive. I am 74.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cube.
On an island on the river Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with... Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Lonely? Why would it...
That's why she does this.
Now please tell me the reason for your call, Fortress Accident. Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently... One moment. Fortress Accident SCR produces revolutionary interactive calling. Any other questions? The filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes. Is that the production schedule? If you are unsure, could you please take a look? Open the hatch on the compartment. Don't touch the wires. A current is running through it. But the core... Good. Please...
You should ask her for a hint.
No. Still no. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder, Fortress Accident. without filing a...
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password? Received. I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Don't worry. Passwords have a way of...
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Good. Please repeat. Received. Fortress thank you. And
Tiles on the cube are still... Nothing happens. The filament slides out of its glowing nest. Nothing happens. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations. Only looks like a surveillance program. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in state, all of this is gone. Left un...
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalk. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. The handwriting is only partly legible, but outside, a cold wind wraps the... This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge of the abyss. An abyss of production. Your eyes glide over. These lithe, translucent, well, who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too. Just look at those details. Symmetry.
And for what? All gone. The photo collage depicts entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are albeit dark and cold. This vision also feels cozy. A pinned postcard.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can part. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as...
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the We Were board game, with hit death thrown in. No idea. They stopped filling out. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. Be careful. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing job. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity, you pocket the note, and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache. There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock. In better take it. You're a police officer.
That's a rare sight. It seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence.
He likes this find. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony. A lush layer of coal now covers your skin. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint. Yes, how grown up. The lieutenant seems relieved as well.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. No one has used it in ages.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Something close to you dies with a soft electric.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric... The bear's eyes are dead. An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the... What an odd thing to do. Nothing happened. Still nothing. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is...
Bent metal. Broken glass. You are the destroyer. The bane of inanimate matter. Kudos. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still... Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter. Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. That's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to discotheque.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it, turning the crank, feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood. It's all gone now. you never become a poet. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck about it? Your test.
Get lost!
Kuno doesn't.
I'll die before I...
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, with a well-oiled crack, the lock don't. Maybe you shouldn't. There is, but you won't like. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one a box falls into pieces in your... Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of... As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to...
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. Here, the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Только сейчас стало? Да. Молодец, киса. Что, завтра торт покупаем? Завтра торт покупаем. С драконом? Нихуя себе. Все хотят яичко.
Работать надо. Рисовать дракона.
22. Чему я касается? Пора ставить сейчас его на зарядку.
А чем мне заниматься?
Телефончик.
Нет, мне не нужен телефончик. Мне нечего делать в телефоне.
Окей. Дай мне еще полчасика. Пожалуйста. Ах ты злый, блин. Злытня. Не.
Хотела сторговаться. Порвал.
Это вообще... Посудка до пятницы меня, скорее всего. Че, пускать тебе за компик?
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib knit shirt that's one of
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an imp.
See? Not really. All we...
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction, or only in its social sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's just organic waste. Cold, nothing. It's not. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging.
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous ongoing investigations, and could even list undercover operatives, informants.
Easier said than done. How could this pathetic cabbage of copy paper and plastic ever become très disco?
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the...
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. The container sounds a muffled gong. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? If you want to earn some change by guilting people, go for it. But if you want to earn real dough, finish... It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's a metaphor. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle, a dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of a monetary penalization, ranging from... These are quite sinister in turn. Yes, all that remains... What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. They're not exactly. Once in a while, there's a red stamp. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. There is, for precisely one more. The tasks you've completed flow out of the inspect, the get the bot, interview the cafeterium, a satisfying things to be done and
No, actually. Any ideas? Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the Could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think. What would that be? A good... Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do. Something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something...
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
Закрыть или открыть? Ой, что это такое-то? Что это такое-то?
На кошку смотрит.
Кошка смотрит в окошко. Как смешно.
Ah, yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic type. They're not going to get it. They're going to... Great! That's great! I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, yes, all others appear. You like this grimy murdering. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Yes, how very childish. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. The acidic stench of rotting... It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. Something rattles in. The plastic shimmers like lapis blue. The blue heart. Don't... With your hands, you four-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Way cool. An aluminium block runs the width of the board. The surface is interrupted by a silvery...
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
It depends. Aside from an...
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have the...
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard. Arson, petty theft, spousal... You don't exactly close them. So much... The man before you.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck about it? Your test.
Get lost!
Kuno. Fuck does Kuno care? Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real. Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by. Believe it, you need this shit.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying.
The lieutenant remains silent.
Alright, Pickle.
Don't do business with the pig.
As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't.
There's more to his distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker? Cause he's the.
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
The kid may have something there. He's already.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out...
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Here, pig. We're falling now. Kuno can already see you soaring through the air like a fucking eagle. Pig think Kuno's dead now. Kuno doesn't... Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't fucking care. Fuck does Kuno... Yeah? Yeah, whatever. The fuck about... Your...
Get lost!
Kuno does...
The pile of Eternite looks stranger now that Kuno told you about his pad. Because, unless Kuno lied, you should just be able to pull the panels. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
So this is the shack Kuno mentioned. Let's take...
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no?
Ой, все. Ой, обосрусь. Все, пока.